I'm going to show you how to put a skateboard together, the basics of ordering the right parts. You could get a really phenomenal skateboard for a very reasonable price with excellent technology today. And I'm going to show you how to do it and how to make it right for you to get the right skateboard that fits you perfectly. Okay, let's talk about getting the right skateboard for you. It's really easy online to do this. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But for me, a good universal skateboard for my size, if you look at me and my shoulders and how big I am, I'm going with at least 31 inches long and 8 or 8.5 inches wide for a good universal deck. This once again has the P2 technology. It's got a strip of Kevlar that goes all the way around it. You could actually see this without the grip tape on the top. That helps it spring-loaded pop. It's crazy. It works so well. How did I make this happen? Well, instead of going into a skateboard shop, I did this all online and it came out phenomenal. This is the third time I've done this. Okay, so my favorite way to do this is to go to NHS. They make Santa Cruz, Creature, Flip, and they have this build your own skateboard part that makes sure you get the right things for you. Okay, now NHS, once again, the Fun Factory worked really well. For this size skateboard, I would go with 149s. Anything 8 to 8.5, 149s, a little bit bigger than you're going into 159s, as I showed you before on the other skateboard. But on this one, I went with Crux instead of Independent because they were so much cheaper. The big thing about Crux is their thing is that the bushings are already broken in. And they're already ready to go. As with Independents, built to grind, and they really are amazing for grinds. They might take a little bit longer to break in, and you might have to tighten up your trucks a little bit or loosen them. I like both brands. These are actually incredibly light, and they were very reasonable price-wise. So I went with the Crux. They got the little Slayer on them. I used to be a big fan of Slayer. Okay, so once again, these are going to line up just right for my skateboard. If you were on the NHS Build Your Own Skateboard and you tried to put 159s on here, it would say, no, can't do that. If you tried to put in 139s, it would say no. It's going to help guide you. So once again, 149s, I know that sounds, for a lot of us older skateboarders, I had a half pipe I used to skate every day, loved it. I thought 159s were too small. They're actually pretty big. 149 is a good universal size. So we're going to go with some 149s in the Crux. I went with the Bronson bearings. These are the G2. They have G3s, but I think G2s work great. They're about $17. The other ones are $29. Ooh, whoa. I'm trying to keep this under $100. If you watch the sales, there's so many sales and things. You can buy a lot of this stuff on Amazon too. On Amazon, that's where I like to get my bolts. I like the Shake Junt bolts. They come in either one of these two packages. One is green and yellow, and the other one is all black with a green and a yellow shiny one. Either one of these are phenomenal bolts. They fit in really well. But I will warn you, I really did not like the Independent bolts. I thought these would be great, and they stuck up a little bit on the deck. Awful. Because one of the biggest things about skateboarding is you want to be able to move your feet around on the deck, and these hung up. These were awful. I really don't recommend these. Even though Independent trucks are incredible, an incredible brand in so many ways, I did not like these bolts. So those were a no-win for me. NHS only has these Independent bolts. Nothing against them. I'm just not a big fan of those bolts. I went with the Shake Junt. Now, as far as bearings, these are Shake Junt bearings. On this one, they're green. I think they're pretty good. They're solid. They're fast. But Bronson's, for about the same price, maybe $1 or $2 more, a lot smoother. Both ceramic bearings. I like the Bronsons for the price range. Still going. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put Bronsons on this one. Once again, the G2s from NHS, they were in there. And I love OJs, always have. But the urethane now, it's crazy how you can go harder for a wheel and it doesn't get hung up on everything. It's insane, insane thing. They're new stuff. These are some Hensleys. I'm going 56 on this board. On my street, just strictly street deck, good for allowing, super light, I got 54s. I'm going, this is 54s. I'm going 56s for this deck. And then for my big cruiser, good for downhilling long distances, I got 58s. So you could see just little increments how much of a difference these wheels are. These guys are right in the middle. So this is my middle deck. This is a good all-around deck. If you're going to buy one deck, I would shoot more in the middle. But I'm going crazy. I got 3 decks with 3 different extremes. Okay, these seem really hard when you say 99s. Back in the day, I'd say 99 is really hard for a street wheel. It's not. These ones do really well. So for this new deck, I went ahead and got 99As again because it sounds crazy, but they really are able to perform very well and keep that speed and grip and slide without being as hard as you would think. The technology has come a long way. So we're going to put the wheels on, and we're going to put the bolts on, and we're going to put the grip tape on. I'm going to show you that. They have tools and stuff that you could buy, but you really don't need them. You could do it real easily. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm going to put that on. For me, I liked having it this way with the graphics more towards the nose because your foot a lot of time is back here. And I'm going to do that again on my deck right here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you some little tricks about putting it all together. Are you ready? Here we go.